May 7th, 2026, Strait of Hormuz, 2:41 hours. 3 American destroyers are moving through a corridor of darkness 21 miles wide. Then, every alarm aboard screams at once. What appeared on their radar was not a missile. It was not a drone. It was an entire wall of them, launched simultaneously from 3 directions. The next 4 minutes would determine whether the United States lost a warship, or whether Iran lost everything. The Strait of Hormuz is 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Through it flows 1/5 of the entire world's oil supply every single day. Iran knows this. That is precisely why the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has spent 2 decades constructing what military planners call an anti-access bubble, a layered network of coastal missile batteries, drone factories, and fast attack boat squadrons, designed for a single purpose: to make those 21 miles a kill zone. Tonight, the USS Truxtun, USS Mason, and USS Rafael Peralta, 3 Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers, are conducting what the U.S. Navy calls a freedom of navigation transit. The IRGC calls it an opportunity. They have been waiting 0:43 hours. The SPY-6 radar arrays aboard the
dozens of heat signatures rising simultaneously from coastal inlets along the Iranian shore. Shahed drones, moving in coordinated waves, each one programmed to impact a target at over 180 kilometers per hour. Behind them, invisible to radar at sea level, IRGC fast boats surge into open water from 3 directions simultaneously. The attack is engineered to do one thing: overwhelm, saturate, blind. Force the Aegis combat system to process more threats than it can simultaneously engage, then use that moment of saturation to punch through. 0244 hours. The commanding officer of the lead destroyer makes a decision that will define the entire engagement. He does not fire. He waits. 9 critical seconds pass while the drone swarm closes within 14 kilometers. What Iran's commanders did not know, what they could not know, was that a second American asset had been in position for over 40 minutes. Silent, invisible, already watching. An EA-18G Growler, the U.S. Navy's dedicated electronic warfare aircraft, had been circling at altitude since before midnight, running 0 active emissions, completely undetectable. When the order came, it activated. What the Growler carries is not a conventional weapon. It carries something called digital radio frequency memory, a system that captures an enemy radar pulse, processes it in nanoseconds, and transmits it back as a ghost. In an instant, Iranian radar operators watching their screens saw not 3 destroyers. They saw 47. Ghost ships, phantom contacts, indistinguishable from real vessels, flooding their targeting systems faster than human operators could process them. The drone swarm lost its lock. Without coordinated guidance, the attack fragmented. Dozens of Shahed drones veered off course and fell into the sea. The remainder were intercepted by ESSM missiles fired from the destroyer's vertical launch systems. The fast boats, without drone cover, without guidance, and suddenly aware they were exposed, turned back toward Iranian waters.
By sunrise, the Strait of Hormuz was quiet again. Iran had deployed its most rehearsed asymmetric tactic, a synchronized, multi-axis swarm assault, months in planning, and it had been neutralized in under 4 minutes. Not by firepower, by invisibility. What Iran's commanders still cannot reconcile is this: they never detected the Growler. Not before the attack, not during it. And that, more than any missile fired that night, is what keeps IRGC planners awake. Because the United States Navy operates dozens of them.